The content of this video is not medical advice or a substitute for physical therapy. Please consult your physician or physical therapist before starting any exercise program.
If you've been discharged from physical therapy for at least a month and you're still having some residual sciatic symptoms, so pain or tingling down one or both legs, I've got some exercises for you. Now, often after physical therapy, after your injury site has healed, sciatic symptoms will persist because you haven't necessarily changed your movement habits yet. So these exercises are meant to help you raise your awareness about your lower back and pelvis position, as well as strengthen some of the muscles that are going to keep you in a more neutral position, which takes pressure off the sciatic nerve. So in our first exercise, we're going to start face down, lying on your belly with your hands under your shoulders and your feet about shoulder width. I want you to press yourself up and away from the mat. So you're pressing yourself into a little bit of back extension here, and then lower yourself right back down. So make sure that you're only pressing as high as it feels good. I don't want you to feel any cramming in your lower back, and I certainly don't want you to feel any pain here. So you're just going to press up as high as it feels good and remind your body that it can backward bend just as well as it can forward bend. So you're going to do 5 repetitions here at whatever height feels best to you. When you're done with that, you're simply going to turn over onto your back and bend your knees, placing your feet about shoulder width. Now, in this position, I want you to take a moment and rock your pelvis to be sure that you're in a more neutral position and you're not lying here with your back flattened on the surface. So once again, that would provoke your sciatic pain. We need to get you into a more neutral position, pelvic bones pointed straight up at the ceiling. And what I want you to do here is you're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to tighten your abdominals and then lift off the surface by pressing through your heels. Now lift only as high as you can go without any pain or strain, and ideally you're feeling the effort back here in your buttocks. Now stay there only for a moment and then hinge at the hip creases to lower yourself back down. So be sure you're avoiding this sort of rounding and rolling bridge type thing that you often are cued to do in a fitness program. Right now, what we're trying to do is keep you in a neutral spine alignment through the whole exercise. So as you press down to raise your pelvis, you're staying neutral, and then you're hinging at your hip creases to lower. So I want you to do about 5 of these as well, lifting and lowering using your buttocks, making sure you're continuing to breathe throughout the whole thing. Now, before I go on to my third exercise, I just want to remind you that if you find these exercises helpful, if you like this content, please click like, click subscribe if you haven't done so already, and share it with your friends. If you'd like to know more about how you can make your back healthier, check out my lower back masterclass. There's a link in the description. All right, for the third exercise, we're going to go back down to our backs, and once again, just establish that you're in a neutral spinal alignment. Now, in this exercise, what I'm going to ask you to do is use a specific breathing tactic and tightening tactic of your abdomen and start to march your feet without letting your back round. So be sure you're in that neutral position. Again, the pelvic bones are pointed up at the ceiling. You've got your fingers on your pelvic bones. That can kind of help you monitor whether or not you're really maintaining neutral position. And then I want you to take a breath in. As you exhale, I want you to draw your belly button inward and then lift and lower one foot. Take another breath. Blow out again. Draw your belly button in and lift and lower the other foot. So were you able to do that without smashing your back down into the surface? Let's do a couple more. So take a breath in, blow out, pull the belly button in, lift and lower one foot. Take another breath, blow out, pull the belly button in, lift and lower the other foot. So once again, you're marching your feet, you're alternating lifting and lowering each foot, but you're doing it with this very specific breathing and abdominal strategy to stabilize your lower back position, keeping that neutral position. So if you will practice those 3 exercises daily, you'll start to become much more aware of when your back is in a neutral position and when it's not. Start catching yourself when you're standing, when you're sitting at your desk. Try to stay as neutral as possible, as much as possible, and hopefully with ongoing practice and persistence, those sciatic problems will become a thing of the past. All right, that's all I got for you today. Until next time, keep moving and be well.